It's a very easy one. Easy ones first. DJ
Oh,
Double A.
goodness.
Who are you and what do you do?
All right. Well, I'm DJ Double A. I DJ around the DC metropolitan area, Baltimore. I've traveled to, let's say, Georgia, North Carolina, Indianapolis, LA, a couple of different places to DJ. And I've been doing this off and on since about 2002.
What's up, DJ Double A? Thanks again for joining us. So, second question, and this is a good one. Tell us how it all got started.
Wow. Okay. That is a good one. All right. So it all got started. I was really thrown into it. I got my first job when I was 14 at Lanham Skate Center. Well, back then it was called Seabrook.
Seabrook. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
So that was what, 2002. They didn't have a DJ for one of their sessions.
Mhm.
And the manager at the time, he was like, well, yeah, just go ahead and play some stuff. I was like, play what? How do I work this big mixer? How do I do this? I don't even know how to put a needle on a record. So what I had was my niece used to DJ there too. I had her come up there and kind of show me how to put the needle on a record as far as like what grooves to put it on and like how to like work the mixer, like just the basic of your right channel goes to this side, your left channel goes to this, and make sure you have the volume up. So all I knew. So I was like,
Mm.
okay, great. Little did I know I actually had like a hidden passion for it. So, and then like I learned that like later on down the line because my mom's friend used to DJ and I used to always go play with his equipment, but I totally forgot about it.
Mm.
So that's pretty much how it got started. Let's say that was October 2002. And then I got my first setup for Christmas that year. My mom bought me my first setup.
Nice.
So from there, it was up, off and on, because I took a couple
That's
of breaks.
that's a very very cool story to hear that you were kind of thrown into it. And it seemed like you kind of just fell in love with it. So I know we were talking about your names and what you go by. Can you tell us like where that came from?
Okay, so DJ Double A is not my first DJ name. The first one I had was DJ Conclusive. And I used to, first of all, I always used to think too deep into stuff. So, I would use like the thesaurus, like, okay, if I'm bringing it to the end, what can I say? I was like, conclusion, nah, not conclusion. Oh, conclusive. So that's what my first DJ name was, DJ Conclusive. I still have my SoundCloud with that name. But my brother, he said, man, nobody's going to remember that. That's not a good name. Pick something else. Okay, so it took me a long time to actually come up with DJ Double A, and it pretty much stands for my name. My first and my last name is A and A, so I just pretty much used that. And instead of putting DJ AA, I spelled out the double. So
Hey, thank God for your brother. DJ Conclusive.
I mean,
Man,
I had the slogan on my business cards and everything. I was ready.
Oh, you
I was
was
happy
ready.
with that.
that's like DJ Onomatopoeia.
Yeah, pretty much, pretty much.
So let's piggyback on that. That's a great question. I'm trying to follow up with Haps. But look, what was your biggest influence in your life that to pursue that passion?
So once I actually started receiving like positive feedback,
Hmm.
it kind of fed me to keep going and to enhance my skills and get better. Because for some reason, even though I've DJed several different places, for some reason inside of that rink, when you have 3, 4, 500 people that are listening to you and grooving to your music, it
Uh,
gives you some kind of high.
yeah,
And that
yeah,
high is like, I can't explain it.
yeah.
So it's like once I started getting just that positive feedback, getting better, getting more out there, more people are coming and want to book me for events and stuff like that. It just made me like go harder. I would say maybe a couple of people influenced me as well.
Hmm.
We had a DJ there. His name was DJ Hank,
Hmm.
and what he did was he played for family night and he played for adult night. And I would say he's one of my biggest influences because even as an adult DJ, he still came back and played for the kids.
Right.
So he didn't leave the kids out, and the music kind of like cultivated the kids into what they're going to hear like on an adult night when they become old enough to go. So
Nice.
just that aspect allowed me or motivated me to have that passion to play for both as well.
Nice.
So I kind of like followed in his footsteps in that aspect, and then of course took that outside of skating into the actual entertainment segment where I played for all ages.
So let me ask just a quick follow-up question to that. I know DJ Hank played a good role because he was local and he was where you were at that moment. Were there, when you started going outside of the rink and going into mainstream and parties and events, were there any other DJs that you looked at that helped, maybe their style or how they mixed or how they blended, and how were they able to move the crowd? Were there any of those that you kind of modeled a little bit some of your skill set with?
Yes. So I would say there's a DJ in Baltimore. His name's DJ KW Griff.
Okay.
Between him and a DJ in DC, which is DJ Storm and Norman, and KW Griff, he actually has DJ with Jazzy Jeff.
Right.
So them two and DJ Storm and Norman, I would say those would be the ones that have influenced me like the most. And especially now, where I'm able to actually like see Jazzy Jeff go live and things of that nature. Even before, like when I was younger, I used to watch videos of him cutting, scratching, blending, and things of that nature.
Right.
So I would say those would be my bigger influences outside of the immediate people that I met when I initially began.
So great stuff. So as I was listening to you, DJ Double A, talk about that high that you felt, right? It was a very descriptive analysis of how you felt. Like I've always pretended to be a DJ. Like I look up to you guys because I can understand the pressure, you know what I'm saying, on the outside looking in, to have to kind of set the vibe of a whole room. And this is going to kind of go into a two-part question.
Okay.
What was, if you can remember, one of your biggest challenges in the beginning when you started out, actually DJing? And with those challenges, did you have any type of breaking point at any point?
When I first started out, one of my biggest challenges was probably the ability to read a crowd and like get out of my own head as far as playing stuff that I want to hear versus what the crowd wants to hear. And I wouldn't say I reached a breaking point. I just learned by watching how people move to certain songs, like what groove that they're in or what groove that they appreciate versus a groove that they don't appreciate. And I just try to like maneuver from that. So I didn't really have a breaking point where it was like, you know what, I just quit, I'm going to stop. Like I didn't have a breaking point as far as that aspect. I literally just took breaks because I went to school.
Yeah. So you never had one of those moments, like, I hate to use the word, like comedians bomb on stage. You never had one of those sets to where you kind of like
bombed? Oh yeah, I've had plenty of those.
Not to put you on the spot.
That is a part of the learning experience. And even till this day, I mean, things still happen. Sometimes people just don't feel you. And sometimes you think people aren't feeling you. You're like, why is no one dancing? But at the end of the night, they're like, oh, I love the way you played. I want to book you for this event. I'm like, but you didn't get up and dance. I don't.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and like I said, it still happens till this day. As far as not everyone's going to like what you're doing. But once you find your lane, majority of the people are going to like it. So as long as you have majority of the people on the dance floor, majority of the people enjoying themselves listening to your music, then that's a success. 100% is never going to happen, ever, in any industry.
Yeah.
So I would say it still happens every now and then. And that's with myself. That's with pretty much any DJ that I know or anyone in entertainment or, it's never going to be 100%. that loves what you're doing at that time.
What's something that you would know now that you wish you had knew when you started?
I wish that when I went away to school, I would have continued to DJ while at school,
Mm,
because there's so many people that I know that have built an audience that way or following that way, and they are able to, of course, perform outside of school now that we're adults. But it's like it kind of like took their brand to a whole nother level.
right.
Um, I didn't see the importance of it back then because my mom was just like, "You can't take your equipment to school. What if somebody steals it?" Which she had very valid points,
Mhm.
but at the same time, it's like, had I done that, I would be way further ahead than what I am now in the game.
It's interesting. So all great information. DJ Double A coming through with some great stuff. Let's talk about the nitty gritty, right?
Mhm.
So for people like me who I call myself a fake DJ, like I'm the person that's like playing the aux and like setting the playlist and trying to like fake like I DJ the party. What would I need to do to get started? I know you guys started Ashley back in like '02, but and I know times change with inflation, economy. But what would you say as far as advice that you could give me as far as getting started financially? How much capital does a young DJ need, do you think, right now in today's market? And not to, like I said, put you on the spot because it could be a little different from back, when you started.
Truthfully, I don't even know how much it cost back then because my mom bought everything.
It's angel investor.
Yeah.
There you
Angel
go.
investor.
Okay, so it's kind of, I would say it's levels to it.
Okay.
Now, for a beginner DJ in these times, 9 times out of 10, you want to have a laptop.
Okay.
With certain specifications. You can use a Windows laptop, but it's your best bet is to use a Mac. So you're talking about a MacBook computer. You can get a used one, maybe about what, 800, 1,000, something like that.
Okay.
So you need a MacBook laptop. Then you need a hard drive. Hard drive may run you between $100 and $200. You need, and that's an external hard drive. You need now, when I started, you needed 2 turntables and a mixer. Now you can use a controller, which makes it much easier. Your controllers can range. If you want a cheap one, you're looking at about $200, but if you want a really good one, you're looking at about $2,000 or $1,500.
Okay.
So what we at now? About 1,000, 15, 25, 27. We're at about 3,000, I believe. But now you need speakers.
Yeah.
It's levels to speakers.
Yeah.
If you get an inexpensive brand, they may run you a couple $100. If you want top of the line, you're talking about a couple $1,000. Right. So it really just depends on what you're looking for and what you're looking to do. Now, as far as a beginner DJ, I would say about about 800 for some speakers, for 2 speakers and stands and everything. Like you get like the value pack or something, for some speakers that could accommodate, a nice amount of people, maybe like 50 to 100 people, something like that.
Okay.
The speakers will last. Like the EVs, they'll last you a good little while. So I would use those as kind of like the starting price points, really. And like I said, you could get a different laptop, but you want something that's going to run your program smoothly.
Okay.
And you're looking at software. Depending on what kind of controller you get, you have to purchase the software. If you get a controller that has the software included, you just got to download it onto your laptop. You'll be good to go.
So it's pretty much fair to say that adding everything up is probably close to about $5,000. 4 to 5
for something that's going to last you. Yes.
Okay.
Now, if you just want to start, you just want to be cheap, You can get a controller for like $300. You can get some speakers for like $300, and then you can get a laptop for like $300, and you can keep it moving. But that's not gonna last you too long.
Right.
That's not.
It'll get you. It'll get you through the first couple shows, so you can make some money.
Exactly, to put more money into it.
Yourself, right? Invest
exactly.
In yourself.
Okay. Yeah. Well, no, that's definitely some important information because, like I said, I think I'm doing something when I hold the aux cord. It's going to take me about 4 G's, $5,000 to get started. So I appreciate you. Go ahead, Kay.
Now hold on, wait. Let me clarify.
Okay.
Even when you're using the aux cord, right? That's still a part of DJing. Now you can be an introductory stage, but just being able to select songs that people are listening to that they're going to vibe to, that's like you're curating that vibe. So that's still a part of DJing. It's just that you don't have all of the hardware that comes with it.
I like that though. You heard what she said. Curating that vibe, man.
So I give big kudos to all DJs because as a DJ hobbyist, I've done some stuff. I got some equipment. I know the practice that it takes in order for you to curate those playlists and those songs for those parties, and to make sure you get the mixes right, the blends right, the scratches, the drops, everything else. It's an art. It's an art and it's a craft. Not everybody's great at doing it. Also, the biggest thing that I'm glad you said something about was reading the crowd. Knowing when you come in with a game plan and you have to switch it up entirely because the audience isn't on the same wavelength, or you had different ideas, or it could be whatever the case may be. And so it's like game time. When you're in there, you're paying attention to everything. You're on game time, and you got to make sure that you make the right choices, pushing forward and backward. And if it don't work, you got to go to the next bag. The next bag don't work, go to the next bag. And then after a while, you like, you know what? I get in my own zone, and I ain't paying attention to nobody because it is what it is.
Nothing else is working.
Nothing else is working. It is what it is at this point. But look, man, I think you for this being the first one, you dropped a lot of knowledge and information that was really helpful, and hopefully it'll be knowing it'll be inspiring to those who may be interested in going to DJing. And look, it's just one of those professions where in order for you to take it seriously, you are going to have to invest some money, and that's investing in yourself. And if you decide to have that money, put in that money, or someone invest in you, like your mom as the angel investor, you make sure that you put the time, energy, and effort to be good at it. And greatness doesn't start until you get good first. And I know from being at one of your parties, you're great at what you do.
Thank you.
And you've been successful. And we wish you 110% full more success now and in the near future. Because look, we outside.
Outside. Everyone's
outside, baby. We outside.
I'm like, I'm not available right now. I got something else. Call me, and you got another event. Keep me in mind.
And that's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. I love you and I appreciate you. Have what you got, man.
Hey, DJ Double A, we love you very much. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, we work with people that we love, but being a person in one of her parties, I've enjoyed it every single time. Like she said, word of mouth is key. And I'll tell you, if you need a DJ, you better book DJ Double A right now. Very professional, and the performance and the music speaks for itself. So one thing I would like for you to do, DJ Double A, before you go is, give some parting words of advice to these young entrepreneurs coming up. Anything you want to say, and let us know where we can find you on any social media platform.
No problem. Any young entrepreneurs or any person aspiring to be an entrepreneur, I would say if you have an idea, follow through with it. Just go with it. All you have to do is start. Once you start like manifesting it, then it's like, okay, once I start, I have this idea. All right, go ahead and run with it. Look at the steps that you need to take in order to make it come into fruition, and just go for it. As far as DJing, if you want to DJ, I mean, you can start small. Just start, with a small setup. You can practice at home, practice for your friends, your family, things of that nature. And once you get comfortable with it, people will start talking, and it's going to grow from there. Like I have a nephew who started small, started just like that, and now he's doing major things. So it just takes with you. It starts with you taking that one step.
I love it.
That's a great stuff.
You guys can find me at DJ AA_718 on Instagram. I have mixes on Mixcloud at mixcloud.com/DJ_double_A. And if you need to reach me for an event, you can shoot me an email at AAenterprises718@gmail.com, or you can give me a call or text at 202-747-8681.
Hey, that's DJ Double A. We really appreciate you. First segment of our Empire Building series that's coming out, so stick with us. Again, at the end of our episode, we will have some of those links available, so you can look up DJ Double A, so you can get a real official DJ at your next party.
Official.
There we
Nothing
go.
happens.
Not conclusive. Not conclusive.
Not
but
conclusive.
official.
Not DJ Concussion. We love you, man. We appreciate it.
They know.